Welcome to my Airbnb's bathroom. Today I'm gonna get ready for a date because it's day night in this house. While I do my makeup and get ready for tonight, you and I are going to talk about this. Last week, I uploaded a video on YouTube about why I decided to leave my 9 to 5 job to pursue freedom or a life of freedom. This video is going to be about what happened after that. So first we're going to do moisturizer. Quitting was only the first decision that I needed to make, but the real work it starts actually after that, right? So the first week felt both exciting but also full of panic. So there's nothing harder than starting from a blank canvas. When you have a white canvas and you don't know what you want, you probably know the things that you don't want. So I started with that. So what I do for my makeup is I'm gonna mix these two. I'm a pretty basic person in terms of makeup. So I already knew what I didn't want. I knew that I didn't want a job where I had to go to the office or to an actual office space every day. I knew that I wanted to have the freedom of live in different places. So let's say 1 year I wanted to live in Canada, and then the other one I wanted to live in Medellin, and the other one probably in Japan. I just wanted to build a life that looked like that, right? So I didn't want to be stuck in one place because of what I do doesn't allow me to live somewhere else. What does that mean? That I needed to find something that I could actually do remotely. That was something that was a non-negotiable. Also, I wanted to have time. In the mornings, I wanted to make my own schedule. That was really important for me. It's not because I want to work less right now. It's more because I didn't want a set schedule every day. And that helps a lot. Knowing what you don't want, it makes you start with something. So you actually have a starting point now. Then I, of course, was going to take advantage of technology. So I went to ChatGPT and Grok. I wanted someone to help me, more like a business coach, but I was not going to pay for a business coach, not in the early stages when I'm living out of my savings. So what I did was to use these tools as business coaches for me. What did I do? I tried to do reverse psychology of the situation. The only thing that was certain for me was the vision. It's clearer than the path to the vision. So I went to ChatGPT and Grok to help me put that vision, my strengths, my experience, and help me find the things that I'm good at or the things that can become a business. So sometimes you're really good at something and you don't know how can you actually profit that knowledge. So that's why I needed help from someone else to help me figure out what path should I take. And I had a long conversation with Rock about that. So it actually felt like a business coach right from the get-go. I didn't want to work on just one business idea. So from the conversation with AI, I came up with a plan. We came up with a plan where I could work on 3 different business ideas. They're all a little bit related, but they all have a separate plan, a separate platform, a separate source of income, which is what I wanted. It makes me feel safer if I do explore different ideas than only just one. So I gave each idea its own space in my week, like little startup experiments. So the 3 things I want to focus on: YouTube. So I do the YouTube videos, I do the editing, the thumbnails, all of those things. I do it on Monday and Tuesday. And then on Wednesdays and half Thursdays, I work on the art. So I'm a very crafty person and I want to explore more. I already know that I have a lot of things to learn, but my entire life I have been very crafty. So what I'm trying to do here is that to create real artworks, handmade artworks, and then I'm making prints out of the artworks and putting them as a digital product online. And then the link is going to be in the description. I already have 2 listings, but I feel that they look beautiful and I would 100% buy one of those for my place. So I feel that that's enough for me to know that I'm going on the right path. So I work on that idea on Wednesdays and half Thursdays. And then the other half of the Thursday and Fridays, I work on the design audits business idea that actually Grok gave to me. They can present you to an idea that you probably never thought about it, but it makes all the sense. In my week, I need to have time to work out, for date night, for my dog, for my slow mornings, for my partner. I wanted to have time for all of that. I also wanted to be realistic and understand that I have to work hard these first couple of months. I have just 1 year to make this all work. So I'm going to take advantage of it as much as I can. So I usually wake up at 6:30, between 6:30, 7 a.m. So because we live in a building, I have to walk my dog in the mornings and the evenings every day. But by 9 a.m., I always start working. It cannot be later than that. It has to be 9 a.m. I can work until 7 p.m. I can work sometimes until 11 p.m. When you really want to work on something and want to finish it, I love that feeling. So I take advantage of that. So sometimes if I work straight until 11 p.m., I'm okay. I'm totally okay with that. So with this structure, I wanted to avoid the multitasking. I really needed to divide my week in a way that was working for myself. It's pretty warm in Medellin today, so I'm sweating. I promise I do my makeup in 5 minutes, because if I take longer than that, then I wouldn't have time to do all of the other stuff that are really important for me. So now we have a structure, we have a plan, we have a month-to-month plan. So I already knew what to expect on the first month, the first 3 months. I knew that I have an issue with being consistent with stuff. Things like I never had a schedule before. I mean, the schedule was mainly made for me at the office. And now I understand the importance of creating your own schedule hour by hour. It's really important to keep yourself accountable of the things that you did during the day, the things that you didn't do, that you didn't have time. So I knew no plan was going to be perfect. I knew that, but I still tried to follow the plan, try to be consistent. I constantly ask still ChatGPT and Grok for help, how to improve certain things. So the only thing that I knew it couldn't change was to not being consistent, not following the plan, not doing the things that I said that I was going to do. There's no time for that. There's no option for me other than being disciplined and consistent and accountable and more productive and, the best version of myself. Okay, my eyelashes are not eyelashing. So let's try to fix that. It's just because it's so warm in here. Yeah, so that's much, much better. When I do all the care that I need to do for myself, I feel that I can achieve anything. So this is basically it. This is all the makeup that I do. And then I'm gonna choose an outfit and then we're gonna get ready to finish this video. I think I'm more than ready for my date. And then I ended up using this pretty basic black body. And then we have this skirt. But I wanted to end up this video by telling you that I'm still figuring it out. My plan has a lot of flaws, so this isn't about having it all together. So if you are in my situation, get clear on what you don't want, test things, build slowly, but stay consistent. Now I have a date to go to, but let me know if you want a deeper breakdown on how I mapped out those 3 projects. I would love to share that as well.